Welcome to the world famous 79 Watch podcast, one of the most popular podcasts in the world. This is our first episode ever. But we're super excited to bring on the number one content creator in the golf world. We have you ranked, Yip, as the most entertaining person in golf. You're going to have millions of followers one day, and we want to help you get there. So welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. I'll tell you what, I'm starting to blush over here. I didn't know I was that big of a deal, but thanks for having me.
Amazing job. So thank you. Recently, you stayed at our Pinehurst house, 79watch.com. You made a hilarious video afterwards, like you do with all your videos. How the hell did you get into this? When did this start? Talk to us.
Okay, well, 2 years ago, I created YIP, who was an acronym for Your Invitational Partner. It was before our member guest at my prestigious private golfing club, and I was just kind of messing around with all my friends, like, oh, did you guys hear this social media stars coming? I wasn't even on social media, okay? I didn't follow any golf people. I wasn't on anything, although I guess I did do a little stint on social media during COVID when I shut my business down for like 5 weeks, and the governor in the state of Michigan made golf illegal. So I kind of had to go after her for a little bit, but that was short-lived. It was GretchenHatesGolf.com. It's a long story. Anyways,
we won't find that.
No. So the Yip, I created him, and he was just kind of like, it was just a joke. Like people would, pay me $5,000 to show up at their member guest. I'm pretty much one of the best people to play golf with. I play fast. My swing's awful. I can put up some good scores. My golf swing's atrocious, but we have fun. I am the life of every party. So, at the end of the event, we're going to have a good time. And typically whenever I'm playing golf with someone, I always hear like, oh, I never play this well. I've never made 3 birdies in a row. I bring the best out of everyone somehow. I don't know why, but that whole Yip character was created, a few years ago just on that. And then I came home one night. I was on the Instagram. A club about 5 miles away from my house here announced some winners of a tournament. And I was like, oh, let's go on. Let's see what their handicaps are. And I just made a little, 60-second video and got a little traction. And then was like, oh, man, this is kind of fun because I love calling out people for being pieces of trash. I like making fun of people based on what they're wearing, and I love golf, so it all works.
That's amazing. I was just thinking the other day, I'm like, how many times have you played with somebody and you're like whispering to your partner as they're teeing off, you're like, this guy's a freaking sandbagger. Like, there's no way you're 13. Hit every fairway. We're on hole 15. This is insane.
Oh, yeah.
I think every golfer feels vindicated that you're doing the good Lord's work and exposing these people.
Well, I that's one of my top comments is doing the Lord's work. Yeah. And we do go to church every Sunday. So I don't know that's really my calling from God, but I appreciate the kind words.
Treasures in golf heaven.
Where's Memba?
Kind of. I mean, I'll be the first to admit it. I pretty much stole it directly from a member at my prestigious private golfing club, Nellie Zellstrom. We used to have this lady from Boston that was a member at our club, and she claimed to fame. She used to tell everyone that she used to sleep with Bobby O. And I don't know if it's obviously, I don't know for sure, but she would brag about it quite often. With her accent, we would always, whenever she was around, we'd be saying, member, like however they talk in Boston. And that's just kind of how it works.
Oh my gosh, we're really getting the details here. This is great.
She slept with Bobby Org.
That was the guy that people were like, no, I slept with him. I think it's the opposite. They're like, oh, no, I didn't sleep with him. Funny, Yip and the acronyms and everything. We've got a tournament that we have. It's been going on for 17 years. It's called the TIT, the Terrible Invitational Tournament. And I'm
not going to make a hat with that one. I don't think Mama Strickler would approve, but I like it.
Yeah, so I see some parallels there in the 79 Watch and Yip Strickler brand.
A lot of sandbaggers in that tournament too.
Yeah,
I mean, we'll send some hints and stuff. By the way, obviously people give you tips all the time that I believe you follow. Is that correct? What's the best way that people give you tips? Is there a website they go to, or they just post on social?
They slide into my DMs most of the time. Yip Strickler at gmail.com. I get plenty of tips there, but honestly, the cases that I typically have the most fun with and the ones that seem to get the most views are the ones that I just find on my own. I don't know why, but those seem to be and I'm currently working on a pretty juicy one right now that I found all on my own. And this guy's.
Do you just like browse through social media? Like, where do you see these results come up from these member guests and other tournaments?
So when I started doing this thing, I was like, okay, I need to follow every country club that has a social media anything, right? And a lot of them are keep all their stuff private. Okay, that's fine. But most of them don't because, you know, they need more members.
Yeah.
So they always post the winners. You know, sometimes some of them have like, you know, websites where they put all the scores of their tournaments. It's really nice for, you know, guys with fake businesses like myself that want to investigate handicaps. And yeah, my favorites though are, like I said, just the ones where I'll see they want to tournament. Golf Genius, that's a huge one. One of my favorite websites of all time. You go to Golf Genius every single day. They have live leaderboards going. So a lot of them are, you know, actual real golf tournaments where there's no handicaps involved, but multiple times per week, they're going to have net tournaments. And I guess I just have nothing better to do.
How many hours go into the research of this? I mean, a week. What are we looking at now? How much time are you spending on this fake business?
Well, probably too much. I would say, gosh, I mean, as far as investigating goes, a few hours a day. You know, family goes to bed. I'm, you know, up, start digging through the Google as much as I can. But really, it's mostly the editing that takes a lot of time.
Yeah, are you doing that yourself currently?
Well, I mean, my cousin Chip, you know, everybody knows my cousin Chip does all the editing, so I'm not going to, you know, take any steam from him over there. But yeah, the editing takes us a long time.
Yeah.
The recording part's just kind of fun. I usually just sit in front of the mic and see what happens, and whatever I like the best is what ends up in the video. So.
Yeah.
And you have a real job. What do you do for your real life job?
Yeah, so I'm the president of a automotive recycling company. Also, I own a farm. We really don't make any money. It's really just to cheat the Uncle Sam. Sorry, bud. Only reason we got that thing. I can't really discuss anything else about it.
Yeah. That makes sense. Well, yeah, it sounds like that is getting in the way of your golf life. So.
All of it gets in the way of my golf life. This is basically my substitute for golf because I never get to play.
Yeah. How often do you play, would you say?
Well, you know, in the fine state of Michigan, we don't exactly have golf around 12 months out of the year. So once the season starts, I like to say I play 1.2 times per week. I usually play at least once and then try to squeeze one in. But, you know, once the kids are out of school and we are at the lake every weekend, not really playing as much golf. But my kids are getting a little bit older and they're kind of sick of hanging out with me.
Yeah.
It's starting to, even yesterday, they were all at the pool with their friends. They wanted nothing to do with me. I got to sit on the patio and drink. It was fantastic.
Oh, it's wonderful. This is prime golf season. Latney and I went out last week and we were going to play once. We played Tuesday and then we're playing. He goes, "What's your Thursday look like?" I'm like, "I think I could make that work." So then we played Thursday. And then he goes, "What's tomorrow look like?" And then we played Friday. We had a date week last week, and I had to make a lot to the missus to make sure I was going to reinvest time back at home this week. So I might be on the sideline until next week. But next week is my member guest, and I go to bed with like this fear in the back of my head. I'm like, what if I shoot a really great round? It finds me and tears me apart in front of the entire country.
Well, just hope that your country club doesn't put a picture of you on there. You should be safe. Most of the time, I wait until they make it public.
I'm definitely
nowadays.
I'm going to throw some mentions out to you when we're at the member guest. If somebody's playing really well, I'm going to get them on, get a little selfie interview, and go, "Hey, Yip's watching."
I'm always watching.
Yeah. Yip, what's your handicap?
Right now, it's not so good. Let me pull this up. I believe I was a 5.0 when the season started, and it is growing. I'm up to a 6.9.
It's tough when you don't play a lot. Now, what's your experience with the golf simulator world these days? A lot of in Michigan. They got bar restaurant simulators popping up all over the place.
Oh yeah. There's plenty of them. You don't have to. For some reason, my prestigious private dump of a club doesn't have one like all the other ones, but yeah, there's quite a few. And to be honest, I put the sticks away. It's like they just go away. In Michigan, it's like kind of if you don't kill like 4 deer a year to feed your family, that's like what they want you to do in the state of Michigan now.
Civic duty, you got to control that deer population.
It kind of is. So we hunt in the fall, and I like to ice fish in the winter, and it's all things my kids like to do too. So
yeah. That's great.
So let me ask you this. So you do your first video, you post it. Was there immediate traction on that first video? Did it take a little bit of time? How many views did you get in that first video? Do you know this information or not?
You know what? I don't know any of that information, but it's amazing how how quickly you can pull up something like this. Probably, I'm going to say it's around a couple thousand views, nothing crazy. And it was just, I could tell just like from the comments, and I was getting some feedback. Started having some people talk trash. That's, I think, very important to any type of fake business. You need some haters out there. Ooh, here's one. Yeah, 43 might have been the first ever.
Okay.
Not too many, but just, we were just playing around, having fun, and it's probably.
But that's something. I mean, 1,700 views. People are sharing these things. I mean, I will say, I haven't had anyone share more videos than they have of you. Like just different group friends, golf friends, being like, "Oh, this is good. This is good." So like, it has a very good viral effect to it. Yeah, well done.
I think because it's real life. I feel like having these real scumbags, these private clubs that are like, and look, they're not all scumbags. There's plenty that I clear like during my investigations that I'm like, I don't think they're sandbaggers, blah, blah, blah. But then there's quite a few where it's just like you have actual evidence of them doing it, which the guy I'm going to get here real shortly. Well, I got this guy buried. But there's something about the real life, factor to it with golf and, I don't know. It's just
when you're posting these things, you're tagging these people. I'm assuming they find out about one way or the other. Have you gotten some severe anger from some of them?
Early on, there was a few that would, chirp right back at me, get in the comments, threaten some defamation. I love that. Oh, we're having our attorney look into defamation of character. I'm like, oh, okay, see how that goes. Because all I said is that for some reason, all you can post are 90s. If you think that you could sue me for letting everyone know that you posted 7 90s in a row, go ahead, sue me. And, not everybody knows this about me, but I have talked about it in a few of my videos. But I did a solid 4 months in law school, so I would love for the opportunity to defend myself someday. I would love every second.
That counts as an attorney.
Make that money work for you. You spent that money for those 4 months in law school.
That's right. But like when they do, anytime that I've had someone try to come back at me, I typically double down. It's just it opens up a whole nother deck of cards for me to have fun with.
I mean, hopefully they get the idea that it's just satire, it's fun, it's funny, and also maybe a little accountability at the same time for some people to start doing their thing. We actually have, and we will not, and I repeat, not name names, but we have a friend of ours who wound up in one of your videos. He sent it to me and I went, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. And the funny thing was, he was talking about before he was going on a play in a event run by a very popular social media company. Was talking about how he was playing so well and shot such great rounds and he was going to play so well. And we said, well, oh, did you put those rounds in again? He goes, no, I'm not going to put them in. Son of a gun, you're I
think we called him out. We were like, hey, you better watch out. Yip might find you. And then the tournament occurred and you gave he wasn't the highlight of it. It was like someone else, but he goes, also, I noticed some weird things with this person. And you mentioned the name. I'm like,
and the funny thing is Laddie and I were talking about it. We're like, I can't believe this guy. I can't believe it. And then, we never did anything about it, but.
Well, I'm not gonna speculate on whether or not this was a Barstool Classic or if it was, any of the other companies out there. I'm not gonna guess on that. But I will say that those tournaments are very good for fake business because it's just like, especially now that like I'm on X and I'm trying to like, there's one taking place tomorrow that I will be live tweeting throughout the day on. It's amazing how I can see within like the first 5 holes. A lot of times, whoever I start talking about, they're going to end up qualifying. It's I don't know how it works. It's like, oh, I see their number. I go and look. I'm like, Google a couple things. Okay, this guy's definitely gonna place. And I will say the case I'm talking about, it's a guy from a Barstool Classic, the one I'm building right now. The only problem is I don't know if it's going to be unleashed to my followers. The Club Pro guy he might twist my arm. He might get it. I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Well,
are you getting appearance fees these days already? Are you getting appearance fees?
No comment. No comment.
No comment.
I'd like to time down at whatever event you went to. What was it was kind of like an industry meetup.
The PGA show in Orlando.
Is that what it was? Yeah, that was.
There was. So I went to the PGA show back in when was that? March.
Yeah,
that was the one in Orlando, and then the Michigan Golf Show invited me to come and sit on a panel. That was hilarious.
That's awesome.
I couldn't believe that was going on. I was sitting up there with like a lady that works for the Golf Association of Michigan, another one that runs one of the senior PGA Tour events, and then, oh man, I'm drawing a blank. Why can't I think of his name? Runner-up in the Masters, 1980, Dave Pohl.
Oh.
He lost to Craig Stadler in a playoff. He's a Michigan boy, and yeah, he was. I don't think he knew who the Yip was going into it. He was a little disheveled. We had a good
Take
time.
some time, man, getting down there and participating in that stuff. And
Yeah.
how much is your wife like? Where's the line? Is she ready to kill you when you say, "Hey, I got this thing I got to go to. I got to golf. I got to stay up until 2 a.m. investigating and have."
Well, my wife hasn't had a job for quite some time. So,
You got a little card there.
As far as me working, fake working, it's like it's all kind of working. It's hard for her to really get too angry with me. I will say at first she was definitely not on board with what I was doing, but then I think she found how much happiness it brings me calling out these people, and she's starting to come around a little bit.
Okay.
Honey, I have the fastest growing fake business ever. This is amazing. It worked. It worked. By the way, I want to point out we worked very hard on our logo that we did for our hats and everything. But I love your sign. Is that a handwritten sign taped to the wall up there?
Yeah, Yip Strickler up there. Yeah, that was. Everyone knows I have 3 kids: Pip, Skip, and Elizabeth. Elizabeth is the one that made the Yip Strickler sign up there. She's my little artist.
Do they know what's going on? Are they like excited about it? They jump in and get part of the.
They know what's going on.
We saw your boy at the 79 watch hit a beautiful jumper. That was real nice.
He's got some game. He's when you start out with 2 girls and you're rolling the dice to have that third, and let's just say I'm very happy he came out the way he did. He's awesome.
That's cool.
We have a great time. I love my girls, but it's a little father-son time when the women leave the house. Like, he just has a look in his eye. It's like they're finally gone, and then we can do whatever we want.
Hey, Yip, is there a Hall of Fame sandbagger list that you have? Do you keep one? Is there a ranking?
Is there a ranking? In my head, I still have it. I haven't done anything official. I will say, as far as geographic locations, North Carolina is the official state of sandbagging. Like, it's not even close.
This is great.
It's not even close.
That's fun. Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah, there was one down, I can't remember the club, but one down in Charlotte, which was pretty egregious, I remember. A lot of white belts down there.
Oh, gosh, so many white belts. They're one of the guys, what was his name? He's been banned from a few clubs. Tommy was his name. He made it into a few of my videos because his girlfriend got into the comments and started chirping me a little bit. And then I did notice she changed her Facebook profile picture afterwards because in the picture she was, standing behind Tommy, really giving him the business on the dance floor. And that one came back to bite her pretty quick. Ooh, but he's one of the worst. He's one of the worst. Tommy, you are too. He hasn't posted a score in all of 2025. It's crazy. Weird. He's a 3 handicap who's, according to Yip Strickler's handicap calculator for potential sandbagging rats, he's a +3 with all the scores I found.
I do love
a huge Calcutta.
Yeah, when you pull up the spreadsheet, I love watching the actual handicap come to life. Missions there that bring that thing down a little bit.
Yeah, I do love math too, which is why this whole it's a little bit of a nerd when it comes to math.
I'm glad we had you for that. So I've seen when you talk about, what do they call it when it's like the irregularity? What do they call it? The little thing with on the hand, like someone hits a score too low or high.
Exceptional score reductions.
Yeah. Can you educate us on what that is?
Yeah. So basically, if you can get hit for one shot, it'll hit every single differential that's on your current record. So if you're a 10.0 handicap index and you shoot a score with a differential of 3.0 or less, so it's basically 7 to 9.9 less than your current handicap index, all your differentials get hit by one shot all the way down.
Like your last 20 scores?
So if you did it today, all the scores below your record that are on there, they're all getting hit with it.
Oh, wow.
Now, your next score won't. It'll just be a regular differential unless you do it again. And then I just learned about this last week. I didn't even realize that you could have cumulative exceptional scores.
So where they drop both down.
Yeah, so then they were getting hit by, because typically it's just you can get hit by one shot if it's between 7 to 9.9, lower than your current handicap index. When it gets to 10, you get hit by for 2 shots. And then if you have multiple ones of these down the record, then they start adding up. So that's typically a sign that, the whole reason that's created is because the computer totally thinks you're up to sandbagging shenanigans. That's why it's happening.
So what we got to do. So my good buddy, my old college roommate, is formerly the director of the U.S. Open for USGA. He ended up moving down to Charleston and getting a different job, but he was living in Pinehurst for a while. He went down there when they moved their headquarters from New Jersey down to Pinehurst. So, but we still have some connections where we could probably get in the back of house to the USGA and talk to these folks that run this system. We got to get some inside data from these guys and get some interviews from folks that are running this thing. Because
I will say
we don't know about.
I did ruffle some feathers at the USGA booths at the PGA show. There was a couple disagreements. I'm not a big fan of the 9-hole posting when they switched that. They used to take your 2 9-hole scores, combine them.
Yep.
The reason I can't stand it is, well, first and foremost, the USGA is just completely lying to you when they say it's going to get more people to post scores. You'll have a more accurate representation of your handicap. It's, people are playing 9 holes more than typically now. So blah, all these excuses. It's only because they have a monopoly on the handicap system, and they don't want anyone else to creep into the game. So by having their 9-hole postings, which the formula for coming up with the differentials is proprietary, they have not released it, and they won't. It's their little secret sauce. Now, I did spend like 12 hours one day figuring it out, and I got to like a tenth of a decimal point of how it works. But that's the only reason why it exists.
Sounds like a video of how you got to the 10.
I know. I still want to get them on my side because I feel like someday they're going to realize that, oh man, this guy promotes our product every single video. Man, maybe we should do something with him. So, we'll see. We'll wait.
Yeah, we got to talk to Charlie Latney. We should get next time around here all together. Got to get Charlie on and have him give us a little hint.
Absolutely. Yep. I'm sure you got some famous golfers, some PGA players following you, maybe commenting on your stuff. Can you call out some of them, and who are they? What do you got? What's your best interaction?
I mean, Kevin Kisner's following me on the X now. I did a couple little Palmetto cases there was one that's just behind Club Pro Guy's paywall. I don't know if you're familiar with his work, but that one is, it was special. It was very special. I got to do a little dramatization in it. It was a lot of fun. Kevin Kisner, he's commented and said some things. Colt Nost, because I did a video on him, he started interacting with me a little bit. Neil Shipley, guy that's been winning everything on the Corn Ferry. Probably, I don't know if he's secured his PGA Tour card for next year, or he's going to eventually.
He went to JMU, by the way, which is where I went. Not a big deal. Just here to
okay.
Then he went somewhere else afterwards, so he didn't like the school.
Did he go to Ohio State or something?
Yeah, JMU, then Ohio State.
But as far as anyone else, I'm not really sure. Those guys might not be into net golf as much as I am. So
I feel like every time they ask a pro, when they're at their home course and they're playing, like if Tony Finau's playing with his buddies at his course in Utah, they're like, "What do you give your buddies?" Like, I don't know. I'm going to beat them anyway. What does it matter? I might whatever. They're not dialing in the indexes as much as all the junk players like me and Latney are.
Well, I've done a couple. I was figuring out what Scotty Scheffler's handicap was based on his last 20 PGA Tour events, and there was another one with John Rahm, and their numbers are crazy now. But Scotty Scheffler's like, I play at a +7 at home. Well, he's a lot better than that. Yeah. A lot better.
Well, that's what
There's a guy.
They give it up, right? They're like, I'm a lot better than everybody else. I'm going to beat you anyway. So sure, take 10 aside.
It's crazy.
It's
crazy. But I found a guy last week that he's from Texas, and I've been trying to reach out. I'm trying to get a hold of him. It seems like I have a source now that's close to him that is going to maybe make the meeting happen. But he shot. I don't know if he shot these back-to-back rounds, but these are back-to-back postings where he went like 57 to 58.
I saw you post about that.
So apparently this guy he's in his 70s in Texas. I think he's been like a long time pro somewhere, giving lessons, and I don't know. I got to talk to this guy.
Wow. So I was telling Lanny at the PGA Championship, our club pro, Larkin Gross, shout out to Larkin Gross. He made the PGA Championship, one of the pros to get in.
Nice.
He missed the cut, not surprisingly. He's a great player, but I played with him. I was telling Lanny, I played with him at the club. And, he shot a very casual 2-under at the club. And while I'm shooting like an 82, grinding over birdie or bogey putts.
Yeah.
And Scotty, if you would extrapolate his rounds all the way through the 4 rounds through the weekend, he would have been 60 strokes behind Scotty. Like this guy, I played with him. He's amazing. Like he's like he throws his club on the ground because he's got a 10-foot putt instead of a 4-foot putt. Like the difference between those guys
it's amazing.
Mind-blowing.
We had Evan Bowser, who was a kid that grew up at my club. He's down at La Playa now, La Playa in Naples, and he qualified for the PGA Championship last year, and he missed it by 1 shot this year. His dad was taking videos, sending me every one, and he just didn't make any putts all weekend, or he would have been there, but. Yeah,
he missed the cut. I can't remember by how much, but he shot a 79 his first round with a 9 on a 15 on the par 5. Went in the water twice, but with a 9 at the PGA Championship on that course, still shot a 79, which is pretty awesome. That's what we're all going for all the time.
There you go.
Yep.
I did like the Wi-Fi password at the at the 79 watch house. I didn't know if that was towards me. I was like, is that they taking a shot at me?
The thing is that's Latney's legacy. For years and years, he was the only one of our friends that couldn't break 80, and that just became his thing. Every time he'd tee off, and if he was in the fairway, it's like, I'm on 79 watch. And then inevitably, I think double IPAs or something would sneak up behind you and bite you in the tail, and you'd triple everything on the way in.
Not the strongest mentally, John. I'm not the strongest mentally, but many, many times, all I had to do was go like bogey double, and I could shoot 79. And I'm like, quadruple on 17. I mean, I have more 80s than anyone in the history of the world, all because I have no mental strength. Details, schmetails. It's hard. It's hard. Yeah, no, but yeah, no. So it was funny. Me, John, and another guy, we went down and we ended up buying this house together. And they ended up breaking like 80 within like 2 years. It took me 8 years. I mean, it's just disastrous. And then it gets in your head. And then, like, do I not talk about it? Do I talk about it? I've tried everything. Nothing works. So the fact that I'm giving shit to these PGA players who are like bogeying like one of the last 3 holes and I'm talking trash. I mean, like, it's just embarrassing that any of us amateurs are allowed to even say anything. These guys are so damn good. It's ridiculous. We don't know.
Well, I will say with that guy, a good sandbagging story with him is when we started playing together, he didn't keep an index, didn't keep a handicap. We'd go out in the course and he'd be like, I'm like a 13, It's always, I'm like a 13. We're like, dude, start putting your scores in. You got to keep it in. Let's go. And we would play for money every time. And it's, it's not huge money, but it's enough to make you squirm a little bit if things get out of hand. And this guy took our money for years. And then he put his scores in. It comes out, oh, you're a 7.0.
He popped in his scores at 7. He was playing off 6 shots at advantage.
Yeah, it makes a pretty big difference. You don't even have to play good to win.
He knows who he'll always be given a hard time about that.
And rightfully so.
You should. Yep. What do you got coming up? If people want to find you, is social media, Twitter, any other channels for people that want to follow you?
Yeah, I mean, whatever tickles your fancy. I'm pretty much on everything. I'm on the TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I need to put my stuff on YouTube a lot more consistently. I'm trying. And on the X, I'm really starting to think the golf community over there enjoys my stuff. That might be my new favorite.
You got to get Chip.
Just type in Yip. Yip Strickler is going to pop up. There's not many Yips out there. You'll find me pretty easily.
Yeah. Oh, I'm curious. My one question for you, Yip, is how much regular, just kind of network TV golf do you consume versus YouTube golf?
Ooh.
Are you a fan of YouTube golf, like the Bryson stuff, the good guys, all that?
I'm really not that. Like, I don't really watch any of that stuff. I didn't even know, like, those good guys. I can tell you, I know they're very popular. I've seen a few of their, things. I don't watch them. I don't have time for it. I watch a lot more, PGA Tour stuff than anything else. But even that, I mean, that's declined pretty significantly once Liv came on. I don't know why. It's like everybody stopped. I stopped watching it too.
Yeah.
Are you watching Live?
No, because I don't know where to find it.
Yeah.
Don't tell them that though, because I'm trying to get them to invite me to the team championship at the Cardinal in Plymouth, Michigan, here in August. They're having and my brother Kip is a member there, and we're trying to rub some elbows and get me some inside access. I don't know if it's really going to work, but I'd like to ask John Rahm a few questions.
Yeah.
Patrick Reed, I think I could dial up a couple good ones for him.
If you want to take a road trip down to the D.C. area, Northern Virginia, then we've got Robert Trent Jones has got a live event coming up. We could get out and play golf with the Yip and go to the event. Might be fun.
You'll have to send me the dates.
Done. Yep, we're big fans. You're going to have 1 million followers in the near future, so we're glad to get you on before you become real famous. Maybe you're going to quit that automotive job. Maybe not. Maybe you'll keep
Maybe not. I think I need to for quite some time. We got a lot of mouths to feed, so this fake business isn't really doing it. Although I'm getting a lot of free stuff, and I love free stuff. Shout out Stitch Golf Bags for making me the greatest golf bag I have ever seen. There's going to be a video coming probably later this week.
Awesome.
We'll pop up a print screen in the podcast and show it off. Well, thanks so much for coming on. Enjoy. We look forward to following you.
All right. Appreciate it. Thanks for the opportunity, guys. Love the house. The house rocks.